think there's going to be a little less complaining. There's going to be a little less, I guess, rah-rah surrounding the umpires and what guy's getting what game. It's similar to an official in basketball or football. So I guess you lose a little bit of the human element to the game. So I understand both sides from that regard, but I do ultimately think it's probably a good thing that they are shifting to a more automated style, or at least if the challenge system is more automated. Whatever it is they come up with at a certain point, I got to assume that it's got to be a little better than what they have to offer now.
Yeah, and I just got done telling you, he's got a tight strike zone. Can't swing at that tonight. Why? What do you mean he's got a tight strike zone? What do you mean our guys are going to have to lay off the outside stuff tonight? I am all for this. I think it should have happened years ago. I think we saw it on full display in the playoffs. These umpires getting power hungry. I am completely all for this. The only thing, Colin, that I'm kind of wary about, how long is it going to stop the game? I feel like we've made great strides in the pitch clock and speeding these games up. Personally, I didn't think baseball had a time problem, but I was like the 5% of people that thought it didn't have a time problem. So in that sense, how long are the stoppages going to be? How many times are you going to be able to challenge?
From what I saw, at least, it was quick. And that you should look up that Yankee video in terms of the leaked video from their spring training and how quick it was. It was similar to the only thing I could compare it to is like a tennis player challenging a ball being in or out, and they immediately bring up the outline of the ball path and whether it's in or out. That, to me, I think adds a little bit of a fan element.
Is there going to be a number count on how many times you could challenge a ball or a strike?
I believe that's the idea. I believe it's a couple times a game. I don't have the specific number. I want to say 3, but I could be completely wrong. So that is all up in the air. They're testing out a bunch of different things. They've done it in the minors for a number of years now. But to a certain element, there's people that argue that the human element of baseball, you take a little bit of a piece out of it. But if these guys are going to stink behind the plate and be so drastically different, the ballparks are already different. So you have your element of differentiation amongst different teams, where to play, and long left field walls, and then Yankee Stadium being a hitter's park, whatever it may be. You already have that. I'm not sure if you need to continue that with the actual umpires. So playing back and forth here might help the game. My
thought process was the ump would call it, and then wherever they look at things in the MLB, it's the caucus for the NBA, Colin. Not sure where it is for the MLB, but the ump will call the ball or the strike, and each pitch will go through the league, so quote-unquote, the Secaucus of the MLB. And if it's...
MLB Network is in Secaucus, yes.
But, Kyle, if they get it wrong, they are told in an earpiece, and they make the correction. That's what I thought it would look like. I didn't necessarily know it was a challenge-esque kind of system, like, hey, that looked tight. We don't know about. I thought it was more or less going to be the MLB stepping in. No, it's a strike, not a ball.
Well, I don't know. That would mess up the flow of the game considerably, because if this guy keeps messing up the strike zone, then he's going to get in his own head about managing a strike zone. I don't know. If that's the case, if you're going to have somebody correct him every time he makes a call, then just make way with the umps. You don't need the umps. If that's the case, just have the machine.
It's bad. I'm all for it. Sadly, I'm all for it. I'll miss the ring up stuff. Yeah, I'll miss I'll miss that element of it. I'll miss the umpires hooting and hollering behind the plate. But if we're going to fix the game, I thought that's what we're trying to do here.
I understand both sides. I do see both sides. Christian Catt, our producer on this very program. Christian, are you for this or against this?
Oh, I'm absolutely for it. The people that are against this are not baseball fans. The people that are against this relish and enjoy baseball when it comes to arguments and problems with the game, and they enjoy talking about conflict and arguments because of the imperfect game. Why wouldn't we take that variable out of it to get a true victor every single time? Like, it is so clear and obvious. If you can perfect a call, perfect the call. The officiating shouldn't be a variable.
Well, then, to the same token, you can find avenues of a higher power outside of the officials in other leagues as well. I'm not saying there's a right or wrong like the strike zone is to baseball. A lot of it is subjective, so you have to play off that. But, I mean, then I think everything is just heading towards the higher powers and the lack of officials. Am I wrong on that?
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, if a ball is there is a definition of what is a strike zone. There's a definition of what's a ball and what's considered a strike. We have that. There's no interpretation. Like, this is not pass interference it is very clear and obvious. So, yeah, if we can use the higher power, use the higher power.
What do you mean, Chris? He's got a tight strike zone, man. He's got a tight strike zone. Lay off that stuff.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, Mike. I'm with you on this. And it should not impact games if we can, at any point, remove that from impacting the game.
Colin, swing at the outside stuff tonight. He's calling it. Why? It's a ball.
Right. I see both sides.
Ball. Why am I swinging at the outside?
I agree.
Stuff?
I'm for it. I think it's a good move. I think they're going to go to that quickly, and they've been doing it in the minors, and I know it's been a success from afar. But I do see both sides. It's interesting.
The days of Angel Hernandez power tripping is over.
Well, he's already retired.
It's a figure of speech, guys. You know what I mean? The power tripping umpire.
Joe West's
coming to an end.
You know, I really hope he made a lot of money in his career. Because at what cost?
I think you do make good money. I think you do. At what cost?
He is a punchline in every single baseball joke. Everyone knows his name for the worst reason possible in his profession, where I hope he's really taken care of in post-career.
Is there an umpire union, Colin? I think the umpire union would not. They're not going to like this, guys.
They're is because they always speak out when there's a call that's questionable.
The umpire union. If we get the robot that I want to call balls and strikes, why do we need an umpire? Why do we need umpires?
And you're killing jobs.
I was about to say.
Well, guess what? Be better, mate.
South Park, they're taking our
You're
job.
killing jobs, Mike. There's no opportunity to be better. You're killing the jobs.
You all I got to say is you should have been better over the last 175 years that this league was a league, okay? I guess I am being
maybe this job is not fit for human error. Have we considered that? If we can remove human error, there's a reason why all these other factories take the human error out of it. So make it automatic and uniform.
To Christian's point, Colin, are we going to pay these umps $100,000 to be babysitters so that the managers and the other teams don't kill each other? What I mean?
No.
Well, you're going to have guys on the third base. You're going to have guys in that third base, second base, and first base line as well. But you're going to have guys there.
True. Yes, I'm kind of imagining this now being essentially a toll booth operator where you don't really need, you just hear ball strikes, deliver ball strike, and that's your job behind home plate. And then maybe once a game, you get a call at the plate. That's you're waiting for it the entire time, and eventually you actually do get a play at the plate.
Hey, hello, operator. Can you please call us the umpire?
Exactly.
So the umpire should just have the
operator,
earpiece,
man,
and he's just there for show.
Yeah.
He's the actor.
Yeah.
He's the
there's
a theatricality to it.
Now we can focus on the theatrics.
Yeah, exactly. Christian.
Now he doesn't worry about getting the call right. He just has to worry about how he delivers it.
So now he's an entertainer.
Yeah.
Let's make the game more about the umpires because now there's a theatricality.
Can I give you
So there's more of a theatricality now. Is that okay?
Ball.
So let's have the umpires there. Let's not let them say anything without the computer talking to them first. Mm-hmm. Let's just get rid of it.
Yeah, speak when spoken to, Paul. Shut up. Ball strike. Tell us.
Wait until the umpires start rebelling against the computer. Wait till that happens. Open rebellion. That's Mike Rizzo.